What's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading here, coming at you from my office in my bro tank. Check it out. I got the bro tank on. You know why? Because when you're trading the stock market from your computer at home, you can wear whatever you want. I want to wear the bro tank today because I want to go outside and enjoy the weather, which is kind of turned cloudy now. I went out a little bit ago. It was pretty nice. Now it's clouding over, a little bit of rain. Still need to finish mowing my lawn, so hopefully that clears up. But anyway, that's one of the beauties of day trading from home. You get to wear whatever you want. You don't have to put the suit on and go to work for the 9 to 5. You just wake up and make sure you're alert and ready to go and zone into your computer. And nobody cares what you're wearing. Unless, of course, you're making YouTube videos about trading, and then lots of people see what you're wearing. And maybe I should have changed, but I don't know. Anyway, don't really care. Wearing the bro tank, trading from home, enjoying it, watching hot stocks like CREX today, the hottest stock of the day. That thing has been moving like crazy, but as expected, it faded into the afternoon. Had some opportunities earlier. Now it's pretty much dead. But in this video, I'm going to talk about basically, honestly, I'm going to ramble a lot about that stock while watching it live. If you're kind of interested in me thinking out loud, basically, for a long period of time, check this video out because I'm basically watching that stock and thinking out loud, talking about why I think the way I do on it and what most traders are thinking while they're looking at stocks like that, trying to look for a position to take. So if you're interested in that, check it out. If not, then just go ahead and hit the like button, the little thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and then get the hell out of here. I mean, if you don't want to watch the video, that's totally cool, man. That's totally nobody's got a gun to your head. You don't have to watch the video, but you got to hit the like button and you got to subscribe because the next one is going to be way better than me sitting in my bro tank trading the stock market and talking out loud. Or maybe it'll be exactly the same. I mean, who knows? You never know what tomorrow brings. Anyway, gonna jump over there into the computer and get started. Live here, watching CREX. I've been watching it for a while, trying to look for an entry here. But beware, guys, beware. It just keeps, if you watch the level 2, and this is why level 2 is important, every time it tests one of these levels, like here when it was trying to fight up, it just keeps testing those levels, and you see these long wicks on the top of the candle, and it would look like volume was coming in, and then it would sell right back down, and then it would drop. And same thing here, it shoots up, and you think it's going to start flying because it had consolidated above VWAP here, and then it ends up not really breaking out very much, and every time it tries to get up, it comes back down. Every time it tries to go down, it comes back up. So that it's a pretty confused stock at the moment. And that worries me as far as buying breakouts and trying to find a good entry in the stock because it just is so, from what I'm watching on the level 2, it's so prone to sell off. Every time you think it's going to go crazy and the volume comes in, like down here you can see the volume, and then the next thing you know, it sells right back down. So that typically means the stock's going to drop rather than continuing up and testing high of day. It's just one of the many, many things that scares me out of trades. I trade scared. There's no doubt about it. I trade very scared. I've lost too much money over the years, and I suggest you do the same. So this is where watching level 2 and experience comes into play. And it could continue up, and it very well may, but I'm not going to enter it in a position right here where it just keeps going sideways, and every time it tries to pop, it sells off. That is a little bit of a warning sign that, especially going into this resistance here, that's also a warning sign whenever the stock's up this much, when you're up over 100%. That's another time to be careful if you can't find some really good news. And there it goes right there, dropping down. Somebody, there was a big seller in there, took out stop losses. People set their stop losses probably on the tops of these candles here, right here, and right here. So as it broke that, the bottom falls out of it, takes out all the stop losses and drops down quick. It's not dropping as far as I thought it would so far. So there's still a chance that this chart holds up. But like I said, it's something I'm watching, but probably not going to be buying just because of the action that I'm seeing in the level 2 and the way that just the way it's playing out overall. It just doesn't feel right, like it's going to be flying. It feels like it's going to be fading. So we'll see what happens. I'd love for it to curl up, test high of day. If we look at if it could, yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, there's a lot of days that it went up and sold off there. So my guess would be that today we'll do the same. We'll see, because the volume's obviously unprecedented. There hasn't been volume on any of these other days like there is today. But without any huge news that I can find anyway, and you guys can comment below if you see what the news was, or maybe I'll find it after hours. We'll see. But as far as now, nothing jumped out at me, and I would bet that this stock does what it did on these other days and fades. Why is that? Because the stock market is predicted by the history. Everybody sees these, so they're thinking that. So when people are thinking that, then they're not wanting to hold the stock for a multi-day runner. They're thinking it's going to sell off, and that creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Looked like it might be strong, but then sold off. Yeah, it just seems like it tests these levels of resistance, and it just doesn't have the strength to get through. And it is midday, so that's a lot of it also. The time of day plays a big part in stock trading. So watching this midday is a lot different than if we were down here in the morning where the real volume is. It would have a lot better chance to break through and continue on. So definitely have a heightened level of concern and trade a little more scared midday and afternoon. The volume's just not there to push through resistance a lot of the time. So that's why you got to be super careful. And yeah, it's still going sideways. The bottom hasn't dropped out of it yet. But other than that, the market's gapped up, and then they've been fading down all day. Carnival, that I talked about yesterday or the day before, possibly being a good swing trade, is holding up to that so far. We'll see if the market wasn't fading all day today, the overall market, I think Carnival would be way up, because it's, like I said, it's looking like it could be a good swing, and really the only thing holding it down is the market. The market sold off here, and so did Carnival. So kind of broke its uptrend when the market sold off, and that's the way it is. 3 out of 4 stocks follow the market. Unfortunately, sometimes that ruins some plays that we have going on. Anyway, still watching this. See how the volume's fading down here also. So you got fading volume, and when you have fading volume, yes, sometimes it'll spike up, but the fading volume gives it a lack of ability to really break through. You'll get a lot more when the volume fades. You'll get a lot more little spikes, and then they'll sell off. We'll see what it does here, though. It's still got to push back through that 235. 235 level. If it can break that as it curls around, people gain a little bit of confidence in it. And if it can break that 235 level, then it's got a lot more chance to test the 250. And if it can break that, then it very possibly tests 275. Everybody's seeing the same things. Everybody's watching the same charts. So everybody's seeing that curl, and everybody's gaining a little bit of confidence that it stayed over VWAP and that it's starting to curl up. It did not fade all the way back down and break VWAP. The more confidence it gets, the more chance it has. But we're not in an ideal time considering it's lunchtime basically. And again, it tried to pop up, tried to test those areas, started to sell off. It just seems like every time it starts to get close to where I get a little bit interested, it fades back a little bit. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to sign off for now, though. And there you have it. There she blows. Just as expected. CREX hit that resistance again. It did get a little higher than I thought. I kind of thought it would hit right here before it faded. But it did have some tops up there over 250. And then as expected, it faded. Just didn't have the strength, the staying power that it needed to make it through the afternoon. And overall, I haven't seen much else worth looking at either. I did watch Y10 from yesterday. There's Carnival taking off, so that's good. That's holding my swing play idea is panning out still. That's awesome. For a second there, I was getting a little worried. It went down with the market this morning. Had another nice pullback there, back under VWAP in the 200, but now it's showing some strength again, so that's awesome. Hopefully that plays out. Market overall, not doing anything exciting at the moment. BIOC was one that kept popping up on scanners, but all it's done is fade hold all day. No opportunity I've seen there. DSS was another one. Didn't see any opportunities there. BWEN, same thing. Huge spike pre-market. Nothing but fade as the volume came in. No opportunities. TROV, same thing. These are all great shorts. If you're a short seller, the key to this, and I've said before in other videos, one of the best high percentage patterns you can have is going short on these stocks that I'm buying breakouts on, these low float momentum stocks. Shorting them is usually the best overall odds play, shorting into the spikes, because typically the stocks don't run multiple days. But finding the shares to short, that is the problem. And my brokers never have shares to short. I know there are brokers that do have shares to short. I just don't have accounts with those brokerages, and it just depends. Having multiple brokerage accounts benefits you in that way, because eTrade may not have shares, but CMEG may, or neither one of them may, but TD Ameritrade, or whatever broker you use may have shares when other ones don't. So anyway, that's the key, is finding the shares. I'm gonna get off of here and go find something more productive to do, because I don't see anything really ramping up to be an exciting play this afternoon. So hopefully you guys are having a great day trading, making money. Hopefully you saw a lot more than I did and maybe made some money on CREX update. I couldn't not update with this crazy turn of events. CREX, as far as I can tell on Twitter and StockTwits, released new information that they've got some kind of a new AI temperature detection COVID-19 play thing going on. So it's like some kind of coronavirus play about temperature detection, as far as I could tell, that just came out. So that just completely undid everything. Anybody who actually did hold all the way down here was rewarded. So if you happen to be still holding that, hoping it came back, you got a little bit of a Christmas present that came early. So now you got probably break even if you bought anywhere in there or close to it. However, I still personally would not be holding this overnight. I still think that it will end up fading. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be a multi-day runner. I'd love to trade it tomorrow if it can keep going. I don't like holding things overnight, so I won't be doing that. But Still got power hour going on next 47 minutes, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, that's a crazy thing you don't see very often. Stock's fading, it's pretty much done, and then boom, takes off like a rocket. That's how you know that there's some kind of news. Either some breaking news came out, or some insider, or somebody bought a ton of shares and caused it to rip up and make shorts start covering. But either way, pretty exciting to see. So I couldn't not update and show that. We'll see where it ends up on the day. I'm probably going to go ahead and edit and post this video before I really see where it heads. But for now, it's pretty interesting. It did break through the 200 and VWAP, so it is up here strong, and gets enough shorts cover in that we're down here that are all of a sudden seeing it like right now. And you never know, it could go. This thing could keep going. It could go after hours. Sometimes you'll see low float stocks, if they do have news, really go crazy after hours. Okay, one more update just because this thing's so crazy. It blew through high of day. After hours, it's gone crazy. This thing's all the way up at 450 right now, guys, and it's already pulled back substantially, then ripped again. I mean, there's no telling where this thing actually stops or what happens with it tomorrow. At this point, all bets are kind of off, so to speak. So I just had to throw it on there because I think it's pretty awesome that the stock was fading back to reality and looked like it was going to be done, and then just starts ripping like crazy and goes from under $2 to now 450, and at one point almost touching $5. So hopefully you guys are watching it, making tons of money on it. I think it's pretty exciting and fun to watch. It's why I love the stock market, is because of crazy times and crazy stocks like this that happen almost every day. You'll see something crazy, sometimes not this crazy, but almost every day you see something crazy. So it's pretty cool. Gets me excited about it, the potential of it. Stock's going from under $2 to almost $5, just in after hours. Pretty awesome. Hopefully you guys are getting a piece of it, making a little money with it. I hope you have a great evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.